Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news we're following this morning. A man is dead after a deputy in Cumberland County shot him. What crews who responded to a brush fire spotted that led to that shooting?
And for the fourth straight day, it's a WRAL weather alert day because of this heat advisory for the Triangle and Sandhills. We'll show you when the humidity backs off and how long it does so coming up.
And finding work after Chantal. New resources for people affected by the flooding. The help they are getting after the storm cost them their jobs. And we could see some storms later today as well. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. It's going to be another hot and humid day. We'll get you through it. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. You have a little early riser reward here behind us. Car Lake.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yeah. Really nice start to it. But just a few hours from now, Chris, we're going to be at 90 by 9 o'clock today.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the heat index at least is going to be at 90. And by midday, it's going to feel like 100. And heading into the afternoon, it's more the same that we've felt over the past 3 days. Remember, the effects of heat, they're cumulative. They add up from day to day. So whether you've been working or playing outside the past few days, hopefully you've had time to recover and hydrate ahead of today. So that's kind of the main thing we're tracking. The Storm Prediction Center took us out of the level 1 risk for severe thunderstorms, but there's still the chance that we see some very localized flooding late this afternoon. Here's the flood risk. This is new this morning from the Weather Prediction Center with NOAA, and you have that low risk. It's slightly higher as you head closer to the Tennessee-North Carolina border. But in terms of our hour-by-hour rain chances, top part of your screen is today. Storms are pretty isolated early in the afternoon. They turn a little more scattered beyond 3 or 4 p.m., but even still 50% of the area seeing some storms. Bottom part of your screen is what's left over for the southern half of the area heading into tomorrow afternoon. All this with a front that brings a little bit of relief from the humidity. I'll show you when coming up. Ken?
All right, at 6:01, Chris, we've got some congestion building as a result of this crash on I-40 westbound near Gorman Street. You can see the delays it's causing almost all the way back to Lake Wheeler Road. But right now, traffic is flowing nicely on I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. As you can see from this live camera that we're about to show you right now, these are the westbound lanes right here at the bottom of your screen. But once you get closer to Gorman Street, you're going to run into that backup. We'll keep an eye on it for you and let you know what's going on. So if you're getting ready to head out the door, tune us in on the radio. We'll keep you updated at 101.5 HD3.
Breaking news we've been following in the overnight hours. Just in the last 20 minutes, deputies cleared the scene of a shooting in Cumberland County. A deputy shot and killed a man near Airline Drive, just south of Fayetteville. Sheriff's office says the man was armed and pointed a gun at deputies. WRAL's Ali Kadlubar is at the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office right now. Ali, we know this happened near the scene of a brush fire.
Yes, Jeff, and we actually just saw the Cumberland County Sheriff's deputies leaving that scene about 30 minutes ago. But we want to take you right to what we saw earlier this morning. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker around 3. We've learned that Pierce's Mill Fire Department was here working a brush fire around 10 last night. Fire crews saw a man with a gun on the scene. They asked for help from the Sheriff's Department. Deputies found the man on Catherine Drive. The Sheriff's Office says the man had a gun. Deputies asked the man to put that gun down. When he didn't, he actually pointed it at the deputies, and then the deputies shot the man. He died at the scene. Now, we know that SBI is investigating this shooting. We know that deputies involved in the shooting are on leave. We're still working to find out if this man was connected to this brush fire. Reporting in Cumberland County, Ali Kadlubar, WRAL News.
Today, people in Chapel Hill who are out of work after Chantal's flooding are getting help from the community. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at the Eastgate Crossing Shopping Center. And Kelsey, many businesses there are closed after the storm. And today there's an effort to support people who work at those shops.
Yes, Renee, there is. This morning, workers who've been impacted by Chantal can get some help for their next steps. Now, many of the folks who work here at Eastgate Crossing are without a job. You can see that there's still dumpsters and cleanup equipment here in the parking lot. There's just not a timeline yet on when these businesses can reopen. Check out this video from Drone 5. We've been monitoring the cleanup process here at Eastgate since Chantal destroyed the shopping center. Today's event is designed to help people get connected to jobs and unemployment benefits. A mobile unit will be available for resume building and job applications. The town has plans to offer more help to workers in need.
It could be convening more events. It could be doing more of what we're already doing with technical support and one-on-one assistance and just helping people navigate the resources available to them.
The first session is scheduled to start this morning at 9:30 at the Chapel Hill Public Library. Then there will be a second session at 3 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
5 weeks from today, August 25th, students in Wake, Durham, and Johnston counties and others will be back in class. But for some families, today is the first day of school. Year-round students in Durham will be headed off to school this morning. WRAL's Laura Levine is live from Hope Valley Elementary School this morning, where it is a fresh start to the new school year in Durham. Laura, good morning.
A fresh start indeed. Good morning, Jeff. So Durham Public Schools will welcome students here at Hope Valley Elementary School behind me, as well as 8 other schools for the new year-round session. After a short summer break, tens of thousands of students will hit the books again here in Durham, and educators and staff are excited. The new school year does come after the school district grappled with a bus driver shortage last year, which forced it to stop busing hundreds of students to 21 of its elementary schools with that rotational schedule. The district also had a hiring freeze this summer for some positions up until June 30th. So there's some new concerns now regarding federal funding possibly being withheld that are on the table that could affect teacher training and more. Meanwhile, school leaders here say that they plan to tackle each of these issues head on as they come. Hope Valley Elementary School, well, they have a new principal, and that principal, along with other staff, are eager to welcome these students here today. We're going to speak with that new principal as well as the superintendent about some of these issues we mentioned and more ahead of this new school year. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Durham.
New this morning, power is back on in a Halifax County town. Dominion Energy's outage map showed no outages at last check. The town of Enfield shared an update on their website late last night, saying power had been restored to all but one circuit. A strong storm destroyed one of the town's main transformers on Saturday. Enfield opened the middle school's gym to serve as an emergency shelter overnight. Market Plus, a family-owned grocery store, donated free meals to people in Enfield yesterday.
A person is facing charges after a chase with Robeson County deputies ended with this scene, a stolen pickup truck crashing into other vehicles. This happened around 5:30 yesterday evening. Deputies spotted a stolen truck, tried to pull it over. The driver refused, and that's when the chase began. That truck crashed into 2 other vehicles at an intersection. Both the suspect and the driver of another vehicle were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
A motorcyclist is in the hospital after being seriously hurt in a crash in Smithfield. A friend of the victim told the WRAL Breaking News Tracker that a car tried to cross on a yellow light and collided with the motorcycle. The rider was taken to Wake Med. We've reached out to police to learn more.
2 employees at a popular Raleigh brunch spot have been charged with assault after police say they got into a fight at the restaurant. Police responded to a shots fired call at Tupelo Honey around 11 yesterday morning. Investigators say the workers got into a fight. One had a gun. Pots and pans fell during the incident, making a loud bang. The commotion startled customers, but there were no shots fired. The restaurant was forced to close early for the day, and both of those people involved in the fight are charged with misdemeanor assault. Police say additional charges are pending for the person with the gun.
Police in Fayetteville are investigating a reported sexual assault. It happened around 5 in the morning yesterday near East Orange Street and Cumberland Street. Police say the victim was assaulted by 4 men. If you have any information about this, please call Fayetteville PD or Crime Stoppers.
Divers found the body of a missing boy in the Neuse River. 16-year-old Jalen Green is autistic and wandered away from the Exchange Nature Center in Kinston Saturday. The rescue and recovery operations used drones, boats, and bloodhounds to search for him. His body was found yesterday afternoon. Kinston's police chief expressed his deepest condolences for Green's family.
Chris Lovingood here on the WRAL Live Center. I want you to take a look at Sky 5 right now above some sort of situation that's unfolding on I-40 West at Gorman Street in Raleigh at that exit there. We're being told that right now it could be a vehicle that overturned, and Sky 5 is clearly looking at some of the firefighters that are there on scene. If you look up here toward the tree line, we're trying to see if we can actually see the vehicle that's being reported here, and it looks like it may be right there. You see the tire marks, it looks like they kind of made a trail there into the tree line. That's where it is. But in terms of how many people were in that vehicle, what led to this, that is unclear. We do know that there are some backups all the way to Lake Wheeler. And so we're trying to get more specifics with this. Tell you what, come back in a couple of minutes, and WRAL's Ken Smith, he's going to try to get a little bit more on what he can learn on this situation again on I-40 West at the Gorman Street exit in Raleigh.
We'll keep you updated on that situation. Part of Northwest Cary Parkway is expected to close today for construction of a new pedestrian bridge. The closure will be between Norwell Boulevard and North Harrison Avenue. The town of Cary says this is so crews can put a 280-foot bridge over the Black Creek Greenway. The closure is expected to last around a week. Detour signs will be posted.
State Board of Elections is meeting this morning to talk about guidance for same-day registration and overseas voting. In May, North Carolina was sued by the Department of Justice over claims it violated federal election rules. That echoed similar claims made by Republican Jefferson Griffin, a former candidate for the state Supreme Court. The meeting is expected to start at 9 this morning. We're at 10 after 6 right now. Coming up, rebuilding after Chantal. What needs to be done to get a beloved Durham swim club back open? And who is stepping up to help?
And Trump versus the Commanders. The president is calling on the NFL franchise to change its name. What he's threatening to do if that doesn't happen.
And it's another one of those days that you step outside and you're just kind of wearing the air again. But change is on the way. We at least turn a little less humid. I'll show you when that change happens, how long it lasts, coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14 out the door this morning, starting out very warm in and around the Triangle with Cary and Apex at 75, Fuquay, Garner, Knightdale, Rollsville at 77 already this morning. Taking things outside, 9 a.m. we're in the low 80s, 11 a.m. we're in the mid to upper 80s, but the humidity definitely adding insult to injury today. Fayetteville, you made it to 99 yesterday. Today we're at 97. Areas like Benson 95, Raleigh 94, Lewisburg 91. So there's a bit of a temperature difference from north to south today, and that's with a front that swings through and brings in the chance for showers and storms. Now the flood risk is considered low as these storms will actually be moving from northwest to southeast. I'll show you when they pop up and when we see a break from the tropical humidity coming up. Ken?
Now in the WRAL Traffic Center, we're staying on top of this crash here on I-40 westbound near Gorman Street. You can see the huge delays it's causing all the way back to Lake Wheeler Road. Let's get you right to Sky 5 over that scene at this hour. You can see exactly what we're talking about. This crash is actually off in the shoulder of the road, actually off in the grassy area. As Sky 5 pulls back, we're thinking that that vehicle, overturned vehicle, might be in the tree line somewhere in that particular area. But as you can see, traffic has slowed down a little bit, just probably onlooker delay. But we'll keep you updated here in the WRAL Traffic Center. Of course, Jeff, I'll have another update in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Major delays there. Thank you. For some people up in Durham, Chantal caused more damage than Hurricane Fran did nearly 30 years ago. Eno Valley Swim and Racket Club is trying to rebuild. Facilities on that property have been stripped to the frame. Fencing is gone. All the electrical work has to be redone. During this weekend's intense heat advisories, dozens of volunteers, club members, even swimmers lent a hand.
The past 10 days have been hot. We've had a lot of people that have worked hard. There was mud everywhere. People have been shoveling. People have been going inside the pool, shoveling buckets of mud out, power washing.
The club is a nonprofit, and the financial burden of the storm is falling completely on that organization. To learn more about how you can help, you can find a link to this story on WRAL.com.
No name change, no deal. President Donald Trump is threatening to restrict a stadium deal with the Washington Commanders if they don't change their name back to the Redskins. Michelle McConaughey here now with what the president is saying about this. And Michelle, this is not the only pro sports team he wants to change.
That's right, Renee. The president wants the Washington Commanders to go back to being called the Washington Redskins. And he said baseball's Cleveland Guardians should change their name back to the Cleveland Indians. Both teams changed their names years ago because their names were considered offensive to Native Americans. The president wrote on social media that times have changed, and he said Native Americans support his position. The Washington football team dropped the Redskins name in 2020 after decades of criticism from Native American groups. The Cleveland baseball team announced its name change in 2021 after similar criticism. But this morning, the president threatening to restrict the NFL's team stadium deal if they do not revert back, though it's unclear how he would be able to do that. Guardians president of baseball operations, Chris Antonetti, indicated before the game yesterday that there were not any plans to revisit the name change. The Commanders did not immediately issue a statement, but earlier this year, their owner, Josh Harris, said his team had no plans to change its name again.
Michelle, thank you. State leaders are gathering this morning to launch a new campaign aimed at changing how people talk about substance abuse. North Carolina Health and Human Services Secretary Dev Sangbai and First Lady Anna Stein will be at the Quorum Center. They will speak at the Wake County Drug Overdose Coalition meeting. They are expected to launch the Unshame NC program. Officials say this will address the stigma surrounding drug abuse. North Carolina was one of 48 states that saw a dip in overdose deaths from 2023 to 24.
Law enforcement will be cracking down on speeders this week. North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Program is launching a new campaign. It's called Speeding Catches Up With You. The campaign starts today. It runs through Sunday. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, nearly 30% of traffic deaths in 2023 involved speeding.
Speeding catches up with you, so does the heat.
Yes.
We're on the fourth day of this high heat here, Chris, but we will get a break soon.
Thankfully, yeah, by Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when things will start to, finally, at least a little bit.
All right. We got today to get through, though.
Definitely, and like you said, it adds up. The heat advisory in effect for the fourth straight day, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's when the heat index will climb to 104 or above in the Triangle and Sandhills. And we'll give you a look from above at a really nice sunrise over the Wake and Johnston County line. Temperature in the upper 70s, the dew point still in the 70s, so it is awfully muggy out there. What you're looking at here is the heat index. It's probably the most important number of the day for us today as it gets close to triple digits at noon. Heading deeper into the afternoon, it climbs above that 104 mark. And we see the chance for some showers and storms that'll help to cool things off at least a little bit during the afternoon and evening. There is a low risk for some flooding across much of North Carolina. Better chance of flooding is going to be farther to the west into parts of Tennessee and Kentucky. Here's the front that's causing that. What fronts do is they take the air and they allow it to rise. So when that happens, you get storms to form right along that boundary. This is about 2 or 3 p.m. Most of the storms northwest of here, but they dive down into our area. About 40 to 50% of us seeing those storms move through late afternoon into the evening. After 10 p.m. or so, your best shot at seeing showers and storms, it's going to be in the southern half of the area. So Fayetteville standing a better chance than maybe areas like Roxborough heading into tomorrow morning. Now, in terms of when the humidity drops, it's going to take some time, right? It's not like a fall cold front where it just happens immediately. It's really going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and it's not going to feel refreshing, but it's also not going to be overly sticky. This comes as some very welcome news. Aside from the comfort factor, it's the fact that the humidity has led to this. Second wettest month overall on record in Chapel Hill. The wettest was September of 1999 when we had Dennis and Floyd. But so far this month, nearly 16 inches of rain in Chapel Hill. So we welcome this break Tuesday and Wednesday. By Thursday, we're near 92 degrees. We can handle that. But as we head into the weekend, high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, more pool days. I know definitely a popular place to be over the course of the weekend.
All right, Chris, thanks. Hey, listen, we're staying on top of this breaking news here in the southern loop of the Beltline. We have new information about this crash here on I-40 westbound on Gorman Street. Let's get right to Sky 5 over that scene, showing you exactly what's going on. We're just being told that the car that overturned is into that tree line somewhere. This is over to the grassy area of that the shoulder of the road there at I-40. I-40 westbound. The person who was driving the vehicle was transported to Wake Med with non-life-threatening injuries. That person's condition is still being evaluated right now, but you can see traffic is flowing along at a slow, albeit steady clip. I'll have an update for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ken. Still ahead, imposter scam warning. 5 on Your Side explains the new trick scam callers are using to try to get you to answer the phone.
And a warning from Microsoft. We'll tell you what the tech company is urging the government and businesses to do after what it's calling a targeted attack.
If you see breaking news, have a story tip for us, or you want to take video or pictures of the weather where you are, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Okay, the nation's fixated on this viral kiss cam moment. You know what I'm talking about. And a heartwarming celebration at the Open in Northern Ireland.
Ken Smith here now. What's trending on a Monday morning, Ken?
Yeah, definitely related. Let's start with that viral moment, right? The lead singer of the band Coldplay having a warning for his audiences this weekend.
Use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen.
Oh, yeah. This comes after a kiss cam moment at Coldplay's Massachusetts show last week, sparking affair allegations.
Yeah, the way the guy ducked out of the shot, that was Astronomer CEO Andy Byron, caught in an embrace with a woman at the concert, not his wife, the head of HR at his company. He has since stepped down from his role in the company, but this has generated a lot of memes and a lot of comments, but just feel bad for the families involved in this, certainly.
Absolutely. Hey, let's end What's Trending with a heartwarming story. Golfing star Scottie Scheffler sharing an adorable moment with his son after winning the British Open over the weekend. Video shows the baby boy Bennett attempting to meet his dad after he claimed the trophy before taking a tumble. But Dad was able to meet him halfway, and the celebration continued.
Ben took a dive right there. Look at that trophy. He stands almost as tall as he does right there.
Scheffler having a great year.
Great year for Scottie Scheffler, no doubt. Ken, thanks. Charlotte Hornets have a championship to celebrate in a game that ended after midnight. The Hornets beat the Sacramento Kings to win the NBA Summer League title. The team's top draft pick, former Duke star Con Knippel, was named the tournament most valuable player. Good for him. Coming up, an armed man shot. A man is dead after a Cumberland County deputy shot him overnight. What led up to that shooting that happened at the scene of a brush fire?
And back to class. Year-round teachers and students in Durham will be returning to school today. What school leaders are facing as the new year begins.
And what you see behind me is the nearly 3,200 flash flood warnings issued so far this year. That's reportedly a record. I'll show you when we see a break from this soggy pattern coming up.
And here, have a look at your winning lottery numbers.